Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm out here with another gear review for you. Your knife is going to come in a box like this. Lengren unboxing experience. Now I've already tested this out, but it comes with a cloth. It's got slots, got eyelets, got leather, right? Got that belt loop, has a retaining strap. It's Kydex. It holds it in. There's a spot to push off of. The brand is Lengren. That is the item number, King Kong Tanto. It has a 6-inch blade length, Sleipner steel, 62 HRC, 8 millimeters thick. This thing is a beast. 1 pound, 1 ounce weight without the sheath. G10 scales Kydex sheath. And the regular price is about $136. But, I mean, this thing, 8 millimeters thick, it's crazy. I hope you're enjoying getting out in nature with me. It's a beautiful day at the creek. A little bit overcast, so no glare. Check this thing out. I mean, talk about a sharpened pry bar, but it came very sharp and pointed. Imagine the piercing ability. All right, so we have a large ricasso section here, an integrated guard, thumb rest here with jimping. All right, we have an accent, a nice accent there. This is a partial flat grind with a bevel there, secondary grind for that piercing Tanto tip. This is a true beast. This is kind of a flex by this company. They wanted to show you, how extreme they could get. So this is true full tang construction. You have a lanyard hole and you have an extended tang, so you can use it to hammer or as a window breaker. All right, paper demo with this. Keep in mind, this thing is super thick. I mean, it's a sharpened pry bar. But, well, let's just do it. There you go. Okay, so there is a little bit of a trick to that. Basically with this, it's kind of the angle that you have to hold it at, right? So, yeah, if you tried that at home, it would probably be very frustrating, but I mean, it's amazing it could do it at all. Like, even though I did, a little bit of a trick, or at least a technique I know from experience, but I mean, that's pretty crazy that it was that sharp with an 8 millimeter thick blade. Yeah, it can work like a small hatchet. Alright, so we got it shaped roughly how we want it. Alright, we're making a steak. Of course, you could smooth it out. Alright, so you all saw that. Basically, I did chip carving until I got it roughly the shape that I wanted. And now, we can smooth it out. We can make it just that much more pointy. We had some very hot, humid weather last few days, but today is nice. It's really pleasant out here. Just smoothing it out. Make this a little extra pointy. Alright, so there you go. We fabricated a pretty nice vampire steak with this knife. This will split all day long. Oh, we only have a finite amount of wood. Oh, it's resisting. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, so you get the idea. Because of its thickness and the grind, this is like a splitting, it's like a splitting wedge. This is a time in the video where I remind you, help support this channel and the community with engagement. Leave a positive comment if you have time to do so, and I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel, circulates the videos to new people. You know, if previous people had not been leaving comments, you might have never found this channel because it wouldn't have been circulated as much. So I really appreciate all who do that. The Tanto tip has superior piercing ability. You see that? All right. Even though this is a 6-inch blade, it does have a lot of chopping ability simply because it's very heavy. It hits hard. That is, you basically think of it as kind of like D2 on steroids. So this is hardened to 62 HRC, right? And unlike D2, you know, D2, if you harden it too much, it can become prone to chipping. Steels like this, tool steels like this, were kind of made to address that problem. This, you can harden this and it does not become prone to chipping. It has extreme toughness and wear resistance. As you might have guessed, this handle is not the most comfortable for prolonged chopping of hard wood, okay? Because I just get the feeling that this knife, especially with that piercing tip, I feel like this was more made for short, extremely violent situations, right? You know what I mean? So that handle was not the most comfortable, but it does get points for simplicity. They just wanted a straight sharpened pry bar with a neutral handle, right? They wanted a neutral handle, which means, right, all those 4 grips. All right, here it is cutting a strap. This is like a seatbelt type strap. Still very sharp. Yeah. Considering how thick this is, and that I've been like chopping and batoning with it, still very sharp. All right, cutting some bike tire tubing. No problem, right? Now you can use this to strike a fire steel. It strikes it very well. There you go. So I don't think anybody's going to use this as a bushcraft knife, but if you were wondering if it can strike a fire steel, yes, the spine is very sharp. Final conclusions on this knife: sharpened pry bar all the way. Urban survival tool. Urban survival tool, hand-to-hand combat weapon, right? Woods knife and hunting knife or camp knife, not necessarily unless you had to, right? You could press it into service, but, you know, so thick and heavy. I mean, this is more for extreme situations. This is not for everybody, right? Does everybody out there, do they need like a Mad Max urban survival combat knife that can, you know, go through a sternum, right? Pierce a sternum, as well as pry open a crate or whatever you had to pry open as you're escaping the cities? No, not everybody needs that, but, you know, Lengren had to make this, right? They wanted to show that they could make something like this. That's a bold choice because it's an awesome steel, but it increases the price of the knife, right? So that was just to show you that they're serious. Yeah, that steel makes the knife. Okay, my people, well, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you like stuff like this, where somebody gets out here, tests out the item, and gives you their honest opinion, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm out.